currently homeless right now. And they're all not situated in New York City. This is a homelessness crisis throughout the state. And Governor Cuomo is partly responsible for this. He has the power to fix this issue, and we're here today to demand that Governor Cuomo exercises leadership in addressing the New York State homelessness crisis.
If we don't get it,
shut it down.
88,000.
We ain't leaving.
88,000.
We ain't leaving.
88,000.
We ain't leaving.
88,000.
We ain't leaving.
What do we want?
Housing.
Right now in New York State, there's over 88,000 people experiencing homelessness. That's 60,000 in New York City at any given moment and 20,000 throughout the rest of the state. Right now, New York State has the greatest number of recorded homeless people in its history. And 41% of those people became homeless during Governor Cuomo's watch. So we're out here today to demand that the Senate, Republicans, and that the governor get in order and implement an increased millionaire tax. Not the millionaire tax that Governor Cuomo wants and supports, but the millionaire tax that Speaker Paul Heastie advocates for in the Assembly. We know that we have to build the revenue in our state to end homelessness. And even though we're framing much of this movement about homelessness, we also recognize that we have the greatest income inequality in this state. While, how are we home to, thousands of millionaires and billionaires? However, we have the greatest, in the Bronx, that county is the poorest county in the country. So we have the greatest wealth and the most extreme income inequality. And I think that homelessness is the clearest indicator of that phenomena. Homelessness is the eyesore. That it shows you what's really happening. And the budget right now, we think of budgets, like state budgets, as moral documents. Where the state spends its money and how it distributes its wealth. It indicates what the state cares about, who we care about as a state. And if homeless people are not centered, if those 88,000 people in this state who are right now homeless, struggling, trying to stabilize their lives, are not centered, then what do we really have? It's an abject moral failure on Governor Cuomo's part and the Senate Republicans.
Hi, everyone. I'm here today because I am angry. I am angry because of what you just witnessed. What you just witnessed is what people have to go through on the daily. That stuff has to happen because we're mentally ill. We are trans, we are black, we are disabled, we are able, we are disabled. We are all different people experiencing different intersectionalities. And what is going on is not okay. The systems that are supposed to be protecting us are not always protecting us. Because the same systems that are supposed to house us are the same systems that are quick to put us back out on the streets. And that is not okay. That is not okay. DYCD, that's not okay. And I want y'all to hear me. And I don't want y'all to just hear me, but actually listen to me. All of you who are providers, who are organizers, who are working in the field, you have a power to do something. You have the power to organize in your workplace. You have a voice yourselves. The same way that we're here speaking on our experiences and we're battling, even if we're sleeping on the streets, even if we're being exploited on the streets, and we're still fighting, you yourself can also fight. It's important for us to fight. It's not only for us to be dependent on the system, but also us as humans, as people. It is up to us to protect each other. Our brothers and sisters are dying on the streets. They're being exploited on the streets simply to have a home or to have a meal. While we ourselves, if we have a little extra change, we can pass that on. We can pass that cash on. Black trans women are being exploited on the daily. If you have extra resources, pass it along and help. Tell these providers the truth. It's not okay for them. They're not doing enough. They're doing the bare minimum, and they want us to be satisfied, and that is not enough. We want more, and we need more, and we deserve more. Yes.
We on the homicide.
If you do so voluntarily, no charges will be placed.
We
My name is Robert Suarez, and I am a vocal leader. The man standing next to me is Terrell Jones, a vocal leader. Together, we are going to try to move, motivate, and bring an awareness of international overdoses and unintentional deaths that are taking place around the world.
Talk about it.
Everybody with that?
Yes.
Is everybody with that?
Yes.
For far too long, we've been losing people, individuals, human beings, because
celebration, and everyone's supposed to be excited. You know, you got a year older. There's more wisdom in your life. You're still breathing. I literally sat with my friend, and the day leading up to his birthday, he was arrested. He was terrified, and for someone so young, that shouldn't be something you have to go through. And after he hit 24, he aged out of where he was at. And a few weeks later, he ended up getting stabbed because he was a transgender and too afraid to go into the shelter. And I don't think that that's okay. This isn't something that should be happening to you. This is the city of dreams. And they don't give us a chance to get where we need to get. This is a serious issue, and it needs to be dealt with, and it needs to be dealt with now. Yes. Thank you.
For our governor and for the legislature, so that they understand the severity of hepatitis C in our state, and so that they understand that our state, unlike most states, we're very well positioned to address hepatitis C. If for no other reason, but for the reason that we are well positioned to address HIV, we have created some sort of infrastructure to where we can comprehensively begin addressing hepatitis C as well. So with these 5 pillars,
Alright, so I'm going to try to speak up here without standing on these sewer grates and falling all over. But, so I was asked to come up here and speak about LGBT and homelessness. I don't know what I can say that hasn't already been said today. I don't know what I can say that isn't cliche, that aren't the things that we already know, that aren't the facts and the narratives that we've already heard over and over and over again. And if you haven't heard them, you aren't listening. Again, if you haven't heard them, you are not listening.
Okay.
So I want to tell you right now, if you are going to listen to me, LGBTQ homeless youth need homes. This city has the money, the infrastructure, the power. We are leaders in this city. We have what it takes to house homeless LGBTQ youth through the age of 24. 21 is not good enough, so we fought to raise the age. Legislation has changed, so now we are waiting on you, DYCD, to raise the age. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. We are waiting today. And as long as LGBTQ youth between the ages of 21 and 24 do not have a bed, a place to call home, cannot sleep comfortably, we will not allow you to sleep comfortably. We will stand outside of this office week after week. We will chant. We will walk down the street. We will hold rallies. We will hold marches. We will protest. We will fight this. All right? We will not sleep comfortably until they are sleeping comfortably. Thank you.
Thank you. Raise the age. DYCD, raise the age. DYCD, raise the age. DYCD, raise.
End AIDS now. End AIDS now. End AIDS now. End AIDS now.
As an HIV/AIDS community united to send the AIDS epidemic, currently occupying the governor's office in the war room, we will be here for the next 24 hours reading the names of over 100,000 New Yorkers who have died of the HIV/AIDS epidemic since the beginning in the 1980s. We are here committed to seeing the end of the epidemic, and we are here committed to reading those names in solidarity, in memory, in honor of their legacy, and in the honor of AIDS activism, to ensure that we can truly see a generation free of AIDS, and that New York State can really not only lead the country but the world in ensuring that we can live in a society, in a country, in a world that is free from the HIV/AIDS epidemic.
In the war room, several vocal members decided to stage a die-in spontaneously to illustrate the seriousness of the event and the reading of the names, that people's lives really are at stake.
Going to read the over 100,000 names of people who we have lost to AIDS. That's unthinkable. And if we don't do something now, we're going to lose 100,000 more. We cannot allow that to happen, especially because now we have the tools in order to do this. But the tools need money. If you have a blueprint in a wonderful house, you can't build a house with the blueprint, no matter how good the blueprint is here. So I'm here today to lend my support to say that Governor Cuomo, we've asked you, we politely asked you, so now we're demanding that you do something, and if not, we're going to shut stuff down. If that's the only way we can get your attention, that's what we're going to do. But we're not going to stop until we get what we need to help other people. I'm okay. I'm okay by the grace of God, but I'm not here just for myself. I'm here for all of those others who need what I have now. And the only way they're going to get is to have the funding that should have been given a long time ago. That's why I'm here.
Buenos días, estamos aquí otro día más peleando por los 70 millones que prometió el gobernador Cuomo. Estamos aquí, tenemos que pelear, presionar lo que cumpla con su palabra, lo que prometió. Con toda mi familia de Boca que ahí viene. Nos acabamos de levantar, es un bonito día y listos para presionar.
If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down.